The book of 1 Chronicles presents a powerful portrait of the life and leadership of David. While other biblical books show both the triumphs and failures of David, Chronicles focuses on his spiritual leadership. It presents him as an ideal king whose life foreshadows the coming Messiah. The chronicler wrote for a generation that had experienced exile and loss. Jerusalem had been destroyed, and the temple had once been reduced to ruins. The people needed hope and a reminder of God's promises. So the writer looked back to David the king chosen by God and presented him as the model of faithful leadership. David's rise to kingship was not based on military ambition or political intrigue. His story began with divine selection. When the leaders of Israel gathered in Hebron, they recognized that God himself had appointed David to lead the nation. The scripture records their declaration. In the past, even when Saul was king, you were the one who led Israel in battle. And the Lord your God said to you, you will be the shepherd of my people Israel. You will be their leader. This reveals an important theme. David was not merely a king. He was a shepherd. Just as a shepherd cares for his flock, David was called to care for God's people. This image of a shepherd king would later become one of the most powerful symbols of the Messiah. One of David's greatest achievements was the capture of Jerusalem, which became the spiritual and political center of Israel. The fortress of Zion had long been held by the Jebusites, but David and his warriors launched a daring attack. The Bible summarizes the moment simply. David grew stronger and stronger because the Lord Almighty was with him. His strength came not merely from soldiers or strategy, but from God's presence. Jerusalem became known as the City of David, where God's presence would dwell among his people. David understood that Israel's identity was rooted in its relationship with God. For years, the Ark of the Covenant had been neglected. David made it his mission to bring the Ark back. He gathered priests, musicians, and thousands of worshipers to escort it. David and all the Israelites celebrated in the presence of God with all their strength, singing and playing harps and lyres. This moment revealed David's heart. He was not only a warrior king, he was a worshiping king. When the ark entered Jerusalem, David himself danced with joy before the Lord. His worship was sincere and passionate. So all the people of Israel took the covenant box up to Jerusalem with shouts of joy and the sound of trumpets. David's example showed that true leadership includes humility before God, setting the spiritual tone for the entire nation. After the ark was placed in its tent, David delivered a powerful song of thanksgiving. Give thanks to the Lord. Proclaim his greatness. David's vision extended beyond Israel. He believed that God's glory should be known among all nations. The Lord is great and is to be highly praised. He is to be honored more than all gods. Perhaps the most important moment came when David desired to build a temple for God. Though the prophet told David his son would build it, God promised that David's royal line would continue forever. I will set up one of your descendants to succeed you, and I will make his kingdom secure forever. This covenant became the foundation of hope, pointing toward a perfect king from David's lineage who would rule forever. David responded with deep reverence. There is no one like you, Lord, and there is no other God but you. David began preparing for the construction of the temple, gathering vast amounts of gold, silver, and precious materials. But his greatest preparation involved organizing the spiritual life of the nation, appointing Levites and musicians. Near the end of his life, David offered a final prayer. Yours, Lord, are greatness, power, glory, victory, and majesty. Though he was a mighty king, he never forgot that God alone was sovereign. David is portrayed as the prototype of the coming Messiah, a shepherd, a warrior, and a worshiper. The book closes with David peacefully passing the throne. David died at a ripe old age, rich and honored. His son Solomon succeeded him as king. David's life ended, but his legacy and the hope of a future Messiah continued. If you liked this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep Bible stories. Shalom, shalom.